What is up, guys? So a new poster for Supergirl Season 3 was just released, and it features Mon-el's costume from the Legion of Superheroes in the 31st century. Even though it looks like it was made, it definitely looks like it was made in the 21st century, because it looks like exactly like all the other costumes from the Arrowverse. They're exactly like the same characteristics. Like, you got a leather jacket and you got pants. You could tell that the leather jacket is separate from the pants because that's what it is for all or almost all of the Arrowverse costumes, especially Green Arrow. You could really tell on Green Arrow. So we saw this costume for the first time in the trailer for episode 10, but this is our first good look at it because over there it was really, we didn't like see it up front, and he was walking and it wasn't really high quality, so we couldn't really. This is our first good look at the costume, and I'd say it looks a lot better than it did in that trailer, simply for the fact that in the trailer I didn't see any, or I didn't notice the Superman symbol or the Supergirl symbol or whatever without the S right here on the emblem on the chest area. So that's pretty cool. Even though this costume isn't terrible, it's so boring. It's all black, and other than the red lines here and there, there's no color. I was really hoping that they would give us the Mon-el costume from the comics with all red, a lot of red, a lot of blue, even some yellow in the S. But not only did they not give that, it doesn't have any color at all, and there's no S at all. And I don't know, this costume definitely looks better than I expected it to. Going off the trailer, I expected it to look a lot worse than this in our first look. But either way, it still doesn't look that great. It looks like it was made on Earth 1 in the Arrowverse, along with the Green Arrow and all the Flash costumes. And that's not a bad thing per se, but it doesn't look like this futuristic costume that was made in the 31st century. And it also is just really, really boring. Although I would say it definitely looks better than Brainiac 5. His costume is fine, but his design, his color, his hair, everything, all of that is just so wrong. So at least Mon-el's costume is better than that. And then that, I gotta say, everything about the Legion superheroes so far is pretty disappointing. I mean, the costumes, the whole story isn't that great, the way Brainiac 5 looks, and all of that. So far, every official poster that they've released or something like that for the Legion looks pretty boring, and this costume is no exception. It's just black, no color, and it doesn't look futuristic in the slightest. Now, I will give it points for the S or for the Superman emblem on the chest area, but it would have been so much better if there was an actual real S. Also, another thing is that if the costume was red, it would have given like a new color to Supergirl, because like the TV show, because right now the only superheroes are blue. They have a blue costume. Martian Manhunter rarely ever shows up, but when he does, most of him is blue, and then Guardian also rarely ever shows up, but most of him is just gray. So not a lot of color around in this show. So if his costume was red like it is in the comics, and if Saturn Girl's costume was pink and white or red and white like it is in the comics, and then Brainiac was green and not blue, and then we also had Lightning Lad, who could be more yellow than blue, and Cosmic Boy, who could be even purple or anything, that would have given us so much more color in the Supergirl TV show. Also, I did see a tweet here that says, I do admit that I wish Mon-el's costume was red. The colorful nature of the Legion superheroes is part of what makes them special. And I would definitely agree with that. The Legion superheroes isn't supposed to be like a uniformed unit like it is here in this Supergirl, on Supergirl. It's supposed to be like a bunch of superheroes coming together just like the Justice League. So the fact that they all have a black, boring costume is very disappointing. In conclusion to this whole video, I definitely think the costume looks good, but it is so disappointing. It could have been so much better. So those are my thoughts on the Mon-el costume for Supergirl. It will debut in episode 10, titled The Legion of Superheroes. And let me know what you thought about the costume in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.